That, 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 that is right. It is a new year. It is 2021. This is my very first official video of the new year. I want to start it off by saying Happy New Year to you all. I know I've said it in the previous video, but I'll say it once more. Happy New Year. I do hope that this year is better than the last. And really, this is what this video is going to be about. I hope to do a different video, my first one of the new year, but it is what it is. But this is the critically acclaimed channel. This is the channel that is more, the channel that's going to go right on into the future, and a channel that keeps you wondering. It is the People's Wrestling Channel, and I am, of course, you know it, I am the number one heel. I am the deal maker, money maker, and Hall of Famer. I am the man, the man, the man. I am the one and only, one and only, one and only Ricky Goldman. Ricky Goldman, Mr. Ricky Goldman. And the first change to my channel is going to come right now. Less promotion. So, let's keep it quick. Let's keep it easy. Let's keep it simple. I will start off with saying this. You can add me on Facebook, Ricky JP. Whilst you're there, go and check out WWA World Wrestling Alliance. Also, follow me on Twitter, Rick the Rock 30. These nights are going to be cold, and this year's not so great. So to cheer yourselves up, get all 3 of my designs of my t-shirts you know you want, you know you need, and where. I hear you asking asking right now where to get them. There's only one place you can, and that is right here. Right there, protein teas, Goldman's. And last but not least, in order to get not 1, but 2 shout outs, all you have to do is like and subscribe. And you know what else to do. Said it all last year. And that's what it's going to be from now on. That's how the promotion is going to be from now on. So like I said, I need to change to my channel. So let's, after 7 minutes, actually get on with this video. And once again, it's going to be another very serious video. Now, I'm going to say a lot of things. I'm going to be covering a lot of things. I'm going to be breaking down a lot of things. It's going to be fairly random. But first of all, I want to say that once again, I was right. It brings me no happiness, no pleasure. Doesn't make me feel good at all saying I was right. So what was I right about? Well, this crappy, horrible, awful situation we're all in. Now, personally, I thought we were going to be into tier 3. So kind of got rhetorical questions here. I'm going to, like I said, cover a lot of things. But has people over Christmas that wanted to do what they were going to do and they went with the plans that they made and they did what They were going to do what they were going to do regardless. Has that contributed to where we are? I did say back in November, January's the worst month ever for illnesses, etc., etc. I'm no doctor. I'm no professor. I don't know why that's the case, but that's the case. I had big plans, not massive plans, but plans for the new year. I was hoping to hit the gym 3 times a week, get myself more into shape than I am already. So it's awful. It is horrible, but no shock that we're in this situation. Like I said, I was expecting tier 3. Something that one of my viewers that watching my videos just were discussing with one of my viewers the other day, how this has greatly impacted me. And two of the things that this person mentioned was the pub and the gym, which I'm going to very quickly break down and go through. So the pub, I'm no party animal going out drinking 20 pints a night, nor when all this stuff is sorted and we can all go back to pub and get back to some normality. However long that's going to take, am I going to drink 20 pints a night? Do I like to go out and have a drink and chill out? Yes, I do. Is it highly annoying and highly frustrating that I can't do that? Of course. But I've got plenty of beer over Christmas. I didn't drink over Christmas and New Year. Got plenty. Haven't drank that, so I've got that to drink. And I'm saving money. So it is what it is. Highly frustrating. I was looking forward to actually going out for a drink. But it is what it is. The gym. Again, it is what it is. Highly annoying, highly frustrating, because the gym, unfortunately, really the only place that I'm kind of going with all these lockdown shit and all these tiers. Like I said, plan on going 3 times a week. Can't do that. I personally can't change the fact of what's going on in England or what's going on in the world. So I'm not going to let it bother me daily. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's frustrating, but it is what it is. Hopefully I can get back to the gym once this lockdown is over, whenever it's over, which I'm going to get to very shortly. But there you go. So that's my response for how it's affected me with the pub and with the gym. This now brings me on to pubs, and it brings me on to no surprise, no shock of what I'm going to talk about here. And I'm only talking about this really to push it into the marks' faces, and it's PCW. So the pubs, I think unfortunately pubs on a whole are done, or very much ruined, or very much struggling. At the utter least, they're really going to struggle, which as a local pub to me has closed down, most probably never going to reopen, which is awful to see. I'm not a serious drinker, but I like to go out and have a drink. So to see that is just heartbreaking and awful, because it's one of probably many to come. So I really feel for landlords or managers or owners of a pub. They've got a very hard time ahead. Which brings me to PCW. I have plenty to say, don't worry. Now, 2 main things that I want to discuss, 2 things that I want to cover, is the money raised and to the PCW mark. So let's deal with the money raised. I was right. The money that's been raised, and whoever you are, if you've donated £5 or you've donated £500, then unfortunately your money has been wasted. How has it been wasted? Because PCW is most probably done. How are they done? What is their venue that they use? Pubs. They use pubs. Pubs are most probably done. This current lockdown that we're in is meant to end February 15th. Most people think it's going to be until March. I'm one of those people. I can't see it all being all. I can't see everything calming down and being sorted, and this awful virus and everything else getting better in the next 2 or 3, in the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Can I see it being until March 1st? Yes, unfortunately. But regardless, there's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that anybody else can do. As I've said, this is going to be fairly random. So somebody that everybody will dislike right now, Boris Johnson, is in a very awful situation. Nobody wants to lock down the entire country. No one wants to kill the economy more than it's dying and being killed already. Nobody wants to be put in this situation and this of logging down the country. But again, it is what it is. But we're going to be February 15th or March 1st. It's not going to be, oh, right, the lockdown's over. All right, we can get back to tier 2. And it carry on like as if the virus never happened. No. I would suspect tier 3, if not tier 4. In tier 3, pubs cannot open and the shows cannot go ahead. In tier 2, legally, technically, yes, you can, but would you risk it with a pandemic going on? I wouldn't. So if anybody is a half decent promoter, they're not going to book an event in February because no one knows where the fuck we're going to be. Most probably still under lockdown. You're probably not going to book an event in March. So you're talking April, values for earliest, and that's been an entire year. Then after that year, who's the draw? I'm going to leave that question with you, and I'm going to get back to it. This is why I said about Fludder running around and booking these venues. Why? I said this was going to happen. I said if I was Fludder, I would have waited until January. And it took long. Was it the 5th? Hang on 1 second. I'll look at my calendar. Give me 1 second. 6th, we officially went under lockdown on Wednesday, yesterday. Whatever. Went under lockdown on the 6th. So it took long. If I would have waited to see where the fuck we are in January, and lo and behold, what has happened, what I said was going to happen, has happened. I didn't expect a lockdown, but I didn't really think I still think we're going to be in tier 3. In tier 3, pubs can't open. So I wouldn't have run around booking all these venues. Why? When you don't know where we're going to be. And for any landlord or owner or manager of a pub, they must be completely in the wrong job when they would go, oh yeah, we'll book these venues or we'll take these bookings, even though we don't know where we're going to be. It might be financially ruined by the time that actually comes to do the show. This is why I said about doing the mystery bags. And don't give me the bullshit over that can't happen because there's a pandemic going on. WrestleCrate is a thing. Last year you got a couple of WWE mystery WWE mystery boxes. Something that probably shouldn't really be doing. I order stuff from America. I order stuff from all around the UK. That's kind of the only real thing that's bringing me happiness right at the moment. Without it, I'd be pretty low, pretty sad. Let's be honest here. But Stuff gets sent from America. Stuff gets sent from throughout the UK. So don't get the bullshit off. You can't send a mystery box, a bag, whatever. Yes, he could. And that would get rid of merchandise. That would make fans happy, make kids happy, keep fans' interest, because all this shit going on. And I live and breathe wrestling. I love wrestling. Take a good look. Attic full of wrestling stuff. Everybody that's met me knows I love wrestling. But I'm going to say right now, there's more to life than wrestling. I love that WWE are still putting on their weekly shows. AEW still putting on their weekly shows. Fantastic. I'm thankful to them. There is more to life than wrestling. There's a pandemic going on. The more these lockdowns, the more these tiers, the more these restrictions carry on, the less these the wrestling fans, the less interest they have. If I'm a casual PCW fan and all this shit that was going on in the UK, it could be months and months and months till I go to a show. Well, I'm not going to be interested. If I'm a casual PCW fan, I couldn't give a shit the last 60 years or they close the doors tomorrow at the end of the day, because wrestling, as a casual wrestling fan, wrestling isn't my life. I don't care. But what a mystery bag does is keeps that fan's interest, gets rid of the merch you're never going to sell. Hence why I said to do quizzes. Hence why I say to put up 2-3 events monthly on the Facebook page. Keeps fans' interest. I don't care how much has been raised. I don't care if £1 billion has been raised. It really doesn't matter when there's a pandemic going on, when there's a virus going on. All the money in the world could have been raised. It really don't fucking matter. No, that makes any difference. The virus doesn't go, so how an amount of money has been raised, well, won't infect people. It doesn't fucking work like that. So the money, in my eyes, has been wasted. Because come the end of this lockdown, let's just, for example, let's say, and this is a really wild scenario, that we're into tier 2, highly doubtful, but let's say we're into tier 2. Once again, I'll come back to the question I asked before. Who is the draw? They can't rely on, probably for the rest of this year, can't rely on former WWE, can't rely on former or current Impact, can't rely on former or current AEW. Not that they'd be allowed to travel anyway. I don't know. I don't know the contracts. Whatever. So they can't rely on those probably for the rest of the year, probably going into next year, because this virus isn't going away anytime soon. So who's left? UK stars. And there's no UK stars. And this is why I slightly feel sorry for PCW, but largely for other companies, because there's no UK names who go, well, he's good. Pick him. They're good, because you haven't seen anybody all year. So who is the draw in the middle of a pandemic? As nice as the talent is, as decent as they are in the ring, let me ream off a few names. Joey Hayes, Yeston Reese, Marcus on the Price, and Big T Justice. None of those are a draw. You're not going to be like, oh, young delegates who's on the post with none other than Big T Justice and Yeston Reese. Yes, might be a lovely guy in real life. Yes, quite decent in the ring. Decent gimmicks. Decent characters. But they're not a draw. If you're a casual wrestling fan, they couldn't give a crap about these guys. It's only your hardcore PCW fans that you've got anywhere. And to the hardcore wrestling PCW fans, to one individual, not mentioning any names, but to the hardcore PCW fans, you've got to prepare yourself for the end. This might not be the end. I don't know. I've not got a time machine. I've not got a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. I can guess. I can surmise. I can go along with what. I can look at what the news is saying and look how damn serious and how shitty this situation is. The fact that we've got fucking people, ambulances queuing up in the parking area, whatever you want to call it, of a hospital, and people can't get in and they're dying. I look at that and think we're in a fucking shitty situation, and PCW are going to really struggle. Like say February, like I've said, February 15th or March 1st, whenever the fuck this pandemic lockdown ends. Who is the draw? A couple of other things that need to look at. One is I think a big thing happening this year, and I'm going to get to that. But another thing is what was said on the news. The only way out of this is the vaccine. I'm going to say something I've said before, and you guys did not listen. How long is it going to take to vaccinate the whole country twice? A long time. People like me with no real health issues for hay fever, which is nothing major, is probably going to be waiting till next year. Everybody needs to be vaccinated, whoever you are. Everyone in the country needs to be vaccinated. I would have thought children as well. I don't know, I'm no doctor. Kids can get it, can't they, and then pass it on, so surely they need to be vaccinated. I don't know. But it's going to take months and months and months. Something else coming up this year. In May, Love of Wrestling. Probably not happening. How can it happen? In the situation we are right now? Hell no. I look at it as promoter-wise and as fan-wise. As promoter-wise, a promoter's want it to go, organizer, whatever you want to call them, want it to go smoothly. I want it to be the best experience for fans. I look at it from a fan point of view. What I would want is for a weekend, escape reality, forget about all this shit that's been going on last year and this year, and in an ideal, perfect world, this is what I would want. To go to Love of Wrestling, to not be social distancing, not be wearing a mask, to meet the wrestlers, have a chat, get something signed, shake their hand. Fans might want to hug them, whatever. Actually talk to them, actually get a photo with them. You can't get a photo. You can actually meet them, social distance. You can't visit the stalls. You can't walk around and have fun like you normally would. So if it goes ahead, which I don't think it's going to do, like I said, the situation we are in right now, I think Love of Wrestling just doesn't happen this year, and it's down next year. Remember, last year it didn't happen. Last year it is this year, so do not be shocked if it's either later on in the year or next year. But if it does happen, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not saying it's not going to do. If it does happen, maybe less fans. I suppose there's way around these things, but who knows? That's kind of the only big thing that I was actually looking forward to this year in this shitty time that we're living in. And it probably won't happen. I don't know. I'm not the promoter. I'm not the organizer. I don't know what the plans are. But don't be shocked if it doesn't happen. Now back to PCW. Whether you're a casual fan that doesn't really give a shit if PCW continues for the next 100 years or they close their doors tomorrow, or you're an obsessed PCW fan that thinks they're the greatest thing ever and there's no better, please prepare yourself for the end. PCW's venue are pubs. Pubs are going to really, really struggle. They have been struggling since last March. The lockdown that happened in March that happened for months, and then okay, they seemed to be okay for a little while, and then there was a lockdown in November, and then since November, there's been all these lockdowns, there's all these tiers. That was the tiers and tiers before then. Who knows what's going on? But after the lockdown in November, there was tiers, and now lo and behold, we're in another lockdown, and it's not going to be come like I said in March, February 15th or March 1st or whenever this fucking ends. It's not going to be all right, lockdown over, back into tier 2. Most probably tier 3, if not 4. Under tier 3, shows cannot run. And if we are in tier 2, and this does get a lot better, fingers crossed it does, who is the draw? Not going to be former WWE, isn't going to be former or current Impact, isn't going to be former or current AEW, that companies like PCW need to pull people in. No, it's going to be who? I don't need big UK names and whatever. You're going to have to really, really stack shows like they never have before to get fans back. This may not be the end for them, but I think it's the beginning of the end. If I'm a wrestling promoter right now, which I'm not, but let's just say I was, I'd be fucking thinking, is this the end for me? Because all wrestling promoters in the same situation. I think this is the beginning of the end for PCW. If the vaccine is the only way out, how long is it going to take to vaccinate the whole country twice? With 3 weeks in between. So, here's one, here's another. No, it's 3 weeks in between, so however long this shit's going to last. The 3 weeks in between of whatever, just, what a complete mess we're all in. When I think you'll see some sort of improvements, it's probably the summer. You're talking months away. You're talking fucking June, July. Pubs are and nightclubs have done forever. Nightclubs in March haven't been open for 1 year. Pubs are really going to struggle. PCW's venues are pubs. That's all I've got to say. They're going to really, really, really struggle through all of this. So I'm going to say, once again, for the last time, prepare yourselves for the end. It might never come. PCW might last for another 10 years. Highly doubtful. But all I'm saying is prepare yourselves for the end. Do not be, Ricky hates PCW. He wants to see him go out of business. I couldn't give a shit. They're not really for me. I couldn't give a crap if they last for another 10 years or they're out of business tomorrow. Couldn't give a crap either way. Don't be sat there thinking, well, I know best. I know PCW is going to continue. You don't. It's wishful thinking. It's hope right now. Nobody knows what's going to happen, including the government. This is still, and We're almost a year in, and he's still an unpredictable, crazy, horrible, awful time. This new variant, this new wave of the virus, whatever you want to call it, whatever they're calling it, can catch it a lot easier. So wrestling won't be happening anytime soon. You're not going to get wrestling crowds anytime soon. And if you do, you can be fucking social distance with masks on. Well, lovely. That's what you want when you go to a wrestling show. So no, you can't escape reality for a few hours. No, you have to sit with a damn mask on. Social distancing. So there we go. Once again, hence why I said about the quiz, about the mystery box. We'll get rid of the merch you're never going to sell. Hence why I said, why would you go around setting yourself up for failure booking these venues when you're probably not going to happen? If anybody thought that January 1st, 2021, oh, we're all going to be out of this, and oh, and yes, last year was an awful year. This is going to be an awful year. But if anybody actually genuinely thought that 2020 was the end, then I can't really help you. I would suspect this isn't over until next year. To vaccinate, I'm going to keep coming back to this, to vaccinate the whole country twice with 3 weeks in between is going to take months and months and months and months. Who knows? Hopefully, by the end of this year, we're all vaccinated. We can all get on and have some normality. And 2022 can be the new year that I get back to some normality. But doubtful. But in the meantime, please do stay in. Only go out if you fucking have to do. Yes, it's awful. Yes, it's crappy. Yes, it's horrible. Yes, it's depressing time that we're living in. But it is what it is. Please, PCW fans, whoever you are, small fan, major fan, prepare yourselves for what could be the end of the company. They cannot run without a venue, and their venue are pubs, and pubs are really going to struggle, which is unfortunate for them, but it is what it is. Now, I am the man. I am the one and the only, the businessman, better than all. I am, you know the name, you know the face. I am Ricky Go!